Hey everybody, we've had something exciting happen here at Steve and Audra. We've had another company reach out and ask us to do a product review. This one is for a dash cam. It's from a company called VanTrue, and it's their Element 3 model, or their E3. This comes at a great time for us, as we have been thinking about getting a dash cam for a long time now. Obviously, if you're ever in an accident, a dash cam will help provide evidence as to what happened. Another nice thing about a dash cam is that it adds an extra layer of security. If someone comes up to your van and they have ill intent, if they see a camera mounted, hopefully they'll pass you by and, frankly, do something better with their time. So, without further ado, let's open this up and see what's inside. First thing is a little diagram. Show you how to hook things up. And then, let's see, this looks like it might be the camera itself. Nice and compact. And then this looks like it's a little remote. And then I think these are the cords. What do we have here? Okay, these are some extra sticky tabs to help mount the camera. And then this looks like it might be, okay, this is the mount itself. And this looks like it might be some cabling. Yep. This is your power source, your 12-volt cigarette lighter power source. This is the end that will fit right into your camera. Power it up like that. Looks like another cable. This looks like it might be for your data transfer to get it into a computer. And last but not least, in this box, it's a tool of some kind. I think this might help you mount the cabling if you try to hide the cabling. And then down here, okay, this is an even longer cable. And I believe this is probably for the rear camera. And sure enough, here is the rear camera. Compact, nice little sticky mount. And then we have a user manual. We'll give that a good reading, learn what we can. Looks like a cloth to clean off the lens. And we got a couple electrostatic stickers, which will be used in the camera mounting process. And last but not least, I have a couple stickers protected by VanTrue dash cams. English, and I'm assuming that this is German. And that's what's in the box. All right, now that we have everything unboxed, now is probably a good time to give the user manual a good read through. It's about 43 pages in length, so what I think I'm going to do is read this word for word for you. Just kidding. I won't do that. I won't bore you with that information, but obviously it is important. Get yourself familiar with the unit. What I will do is spend some time right now, read through this, and I'll be back in a jiffy to let you know what I learned. All right. Well, I just spent a few minutes reading through the user manual, and the first thing it recommends doing is inserting a micro SD card into the camera. Now, please note that these cards are sold separately. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the card right here into the camera. So the next thing it recommends doing is plugging in your power source to the camera. And then it'll prompt you to get the camera formatted. Once you get the camera powered on and formatted, the next thing it recommends doing is finding a proper mounting spot. Now this will depend on your layout and your needs. So I'm thinking with our layout, the best spot to mount the camera will be right here under the rear view mirror. So once you find a good spot to mount the camera, they recommend that you use these electrostatic stickers and apply this directly to the windshield. And then apply the 3M tape that is on the camera mount itself to the sticker. Now, I've never used these before. I have no idea how well it's going to hold up on rough roads and extreme heat. So you'll have to follow along to see how we fare. Now's a good time to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. All right, now that the camera is mounted, the next thing the manual recommends is that you try to hide the cord by tucking it up around the windshield trim. Believe it or not, I think we're not going to do that right now. I think we're just going to let the cord dangle. The Ford Transits have such a large front windshield that I don't think it's going to be in the way, and it's always a decision we can make later. So up next would be to install the rear-facing camera using the 20-foot cable supplied by VanTrue. Now, since we have a 2019 Ford Transit van that we have self-converted, this process is going to be a little bit more involved for us. Obviously, you're going to have to find a nice spot to mount the camera, but then more importantly, we're going to have to find a way to run and hide this cable. So for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that, but just know that the process is much the same as the installation on the front camera. You're going to use an electrostatic sticker, apply that to the back window, and then use a 3M tape that is on the camera itself and stick that to the sticker. All right, well that's the basics of the install, and I will say it was pretty straightforward and easy. Now here are some other items of interest regarding this powerful dash cam, starting with this cool little remote. This nifty remote offers hands-free voice control available in English, Japanese, Russian, and Chinese. It helps you operate this mini dash cam more easily, allowing you to focus more on driving safely. Voice command allows you to take photos, turn on and off Wi-Fi, turn on and off screen, turn on and off audio, lock the video, video start, show the front rear camera, show both cameras, etc.
The dash cam has been installed now in our van for a few weeks, and now that we've been able to see how it performs, we wanted to share with you. Since Steve is driving, I'm going to tell you about our experience with it so far. How the camera works is that once it's plugged in, when you start the ignition, it automatically starts to record. And then it stores the footage on an SD card. There's a few different ways to control the camera. There's some buttons on the camera, there's an app, and a remote control. How the camera is designed is if there's an event such a jolt or an impact, it automatically locks the file. There's also a button on the camera itself that you can reach out and tap if you want to lock a file for future reference. That way, if you have an accident or something else happen, it's there, you can always access it. You can connect your phone to the dash cam using the camera's Wi-Fi and the VanTrue app. And you can get a live preview that looks like this, and you can control the camera. You can view all the files that have been recorded on your phone, or you can use the SD card or cord that comes with the camera to transfer the files over to a device such as a computer and view everything that way. The VanTrue E3 dash cam can also be used as a security camera, but a hardwire kit must be purchased separately and installed. In parking mode with motion detection, the cameras can be activated by motion or impact and will save the previous 5 seconds before and 30 seconds after the event. We think the device is pretty easy to use. There are just a few buttons on the device and you can pair it with your phone, as we mentioned. And overall, the quality of the footage seems pretty nice, which is nice for someone like us who also travels and wants to use some of the footage for our vlogging. We'll show you some of the examples of the footage right now. As you can see in the footage, the camera has a nice wide angle to capture the surrounding area as you drive. The VanTrue E3 cameras record at 2.7K, 1080p, and 1080p at 30 frames per second resolution with a 160-degree wide angle. Well, we've reached our destination. Because we live in the van full time, it's really nice to have this dash cam. It gives us some coverage as we drive. I would say that our only real critique of the camera so far is that the cord that came with it is not long enough for us to use the rear camera in our Ford Transit camper van that's a standard length. So that's a bummer. But other than that, we really like the camera. It seems like it's really well made. It's got some nice features, and it gives us the footage we need in case something happens, like an accident while we're traveling.
Yes, we are pretty pleased. Overall, we're going to give it a 4 out of 5 van rating. Thank you, VanTrue, for providing this useful tool. We look forward to using it more as we travel.
So if you'd like to be like Steve and Audra and have a VanTrue dash cam of your very own, you can find a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the road. For other product reviews, low-budget travel, van life tips, and how we built our camper van, check out our channel and join us as we travel the country full-time with our cat.